My name is Mariah Nicole, and I am a survivor of domestic violence. This letter that I am about to read to you is one that I had to write for in-court purposes. I'd like to start by thanking you, Your Honor, for hearing my voice today. The voice that was silenced for years by the fear of emotional and physical abuse caused by this man. I'm not sure of the exact moment when I lost myself, but I can assure you that it all began when this man entered my life. Over time, he weakened me, only to strengthen his grip on me. During the course of our relationship, he pulled me away from my family, friends, employment, and my future for 5 whole years. That is 1,825 days of my youth that I can never get back. Just his mere presence continues to haunt me today. Having to relive the past and all of the fear he placed upon me caused me to hesitate standing up for myself. After multiple sessions with the psychologist for counseling, support and guidance from friends and family, and those within the judicial system, here I am. I finally have the courage to defend my future and attempt to live a normal life again. I'm concerned every day of the possible repercussions that this may cause, but I am confident that I am doing the right thing, and I will do everything that I can to protect myself, my family, and other young women from experiencing this man. I pray that by hearing these words, you will do the same. It played out like a typical Lifetime movie, started with an arm grab, slowly progressing as he saw fit. A missed phone call, not hearing or doing what he said. A silly joke with my family members, they all fueled the abuse. Grabbing my neck and pulling my hair then led to his hand around my throat, lifting and tossing me onto the floor. An argument in the car about his lack of loyalty to me resulted in him shoving my head into the door. A moment forever burned into my memory was when he put an unloaded gun to my forehead and said, "If I can't have you, no one else can have you," and he proceeded to pull the trigger. Had I not been so depressed and numb, I probably would have pissed my pants in terror. After finding out about multiple affairs, I had enough, and I left. The very next day, he trespassed into my parents' home when he knew they were away at work. I was upstairs in the bathroom getting ready when I heard a door open, and I hollered downstairs asking who's there, and received no response. He then rounded the corner and began ascending the stairs. I looked for my phone, but it wasn't in the bathroom with me, so I closed and locked the door. He screamed and banged on the door, then proceeded to tear apart items in my room. When I heard him descend the stairs, I opened the door and shouted at him, and he ran back up. I tried to get to my phone, but he got it first, and after banging it on the wall, throwing it on the floor, and stomping on it, he then picked it up and snapped it in half with his bare hands. His reason for this was because I had blocked him from being able to contact me. He then took my hot curling iron and threatened to burn me with it if I didn't talk to him. As I tried to get away, he grabbed my hair and threw me into the doorway, slicing the bridge of my nose wide open and bruising my eye. When I made it to my vehicle, he continued to aggressively threaten to break into my car if I didn't let him in. A dear friend took me to an ER beyond our local hospitals. The injuries sustained from this assault required 8 stitches to my face and a retinal detachment and bruises, but left deep scars on my soul. I ignorantly promised to not press charges if he paid the medical bills. Since then, he has continued to follow me, harass me, and attack my companion. Although he worked full-time and part-time, he often manipulated me into providing for him financially. I paid for his rent, groceries, clothes, all totaling approximately $10,000 over 2 years' time. My victim's advocate offered me an impact statement that referenced possible emotions and experiences about this incident. As I reviewed the list, I was overwhelmed by the intensity of these feelings that have consumed my inner being. Fear, guilt, anger, anxiety, depression, grief, and confusion, just to name a few. However, it didn't reference the feeling that I have felt the most, which is blame. For too long, I blamed myself. I blamed myself for not being good enough. After I left him, I continued this unhealthy pattern of blame. I blamed myself for not seeing his true self sooner. I blamed me for not standing up for myself. I blamed me for withdrawing from my loved ones. I blamed me for the appetite changes and weight gain. I blamed myself for failing college. I blamed me for giving this man so much power. You see, I blamed myself when all along the beauty, passion, and strength I once had within me was stolen by this man. I am working to recover what has been lost, but I am irreplaceable. I am unique. I am valued. I am special. I am rare. I will never be as flawless and complete as I once was, but my hope in recovery is found in the ability to be at peace. A peace that is not only granted by being able to walk outside without fear of who may be watching me and my family. I am asking to finally live a life free of this terrorizing person. I ask you, Your Honor, if this was your mother, your daughter, niece, granddaughter, or your sister involved in a life-threatening matter, what would you do? How far away would you want him to go? Will you decide what quality of life I have once justice is finally served for his actions?